I had a fall at the beginning of September. It was actually 2006. So I got up, didn't bother to put the lights on, walked into the bathroom and just completely, I just slipped over, put my hand down to save me, and consequently broke my arm, well, my elbow. And then obviously hospital, 2 weeks, and then it hasn't ended since then. It's still going on. I think it affected my family, my immediate family mostly, because they felt helpless. They could see me in pain all the time, but they didn't actually know what to do. And I think it must have been really frustrating, because I thought, you know, I've just had a little fall and all it is a broken elbow and I'm not getting over it. I couldn't really, you know, sort of like explain to them why I was in so much pain. I think it was hard for people to see me in so much pain and not realise why I was in so much pain. As soon as I was going down for the surgery, I was so nervous, and I didn't really think that they'd explained to me what they were going to do. And they strapped me to an operating table, actually put straps across me, and I'd never ever heard. It was like so antiquated, so really like surreal. But as soon as I come round, I was screaming. I knew that there was something else wrong. I just like didn't know what to do with myself, and I cried and cried and cried. And the more I cried and asked them in Spanish to help me and give me something for the pain, the more they just let me be. And that's what I think then I knew that something else was wrong. But they just kept pumping me full of painkillers and I slept. But that's it, I could literally only sleep if I had something to knock me out. It was that bad. So I didn't actually meet my surgeon, but I know his name was Dr. Soler, or Mr. Soler, I think it is. And I only met him when I went back after 2 days to see him in the clinic. And I said to him, I'm in, you know, chronic pain, I don't know what to do with myself. And he just said, yeah, that's fine, that's normal, that's fine, you know. Didn't say anything else. Discharged me. Said, you must do physiotherapy within like the next few weeks, because the joint that he'd put in had to be used, otherwise it would seize up. So that was it. Initially they gave me some just general paracetamol tablets, cocodamol, to take just for the pain when I was released, and a bag full, which is really bizarre because they never explained anything, a bag full of syringes. And I was black, absolutely black and blue all across my stomach, where they'd injected me every day, and they expected me to take them home and either do them myself or for Papa to do them. But I didn't have much pain relief at the time. It was only once I started complaining how bad I was and had the injections from the A&E that they realised I needed something stronger, and then they prescribed me morphine and a nerve pill as well. I think one of the hardest things was every day Lee would look at me and know that I was in, you know, chronic pain and not know what to do with me. And, you know, I think, you know, early hours of the morning, he would just sort of like wake up and realise that I'm still awake, I haven't been able to sleep. And we'd get in the car, drive down to the hospital and, you know, have an injection. And that just become a regular occurrence, just going down there. Yeah, he took me to, there's a private hospital called San Jaime, and we just went in there, told them that I was in pain in my elbow, and they said, okay, we'll do an x-ray. And basically the radial head prosthetic part that they'd put in they'd put it in wrong. And when you see it on an X-ray, you can even the most normal person could see it was wrong, because it's like got a big round head and then a big long point, like it's a door knob. And basically that they take the top of your radial head off and clean up all the bone and where the break is, and then they put the point of the radial prosthetic inside the bone. But instead of going inside like that, it had gone in and then straight out, knocked this piece of the bone off here and made a big hole like the size of a 10p through my bone. So that's what the X-ray showed, and I said, what do I have to do? And he said, you have to have it taken out immediately. And he scheduled me to go in for surgery within like 3 days, privately. But he said, obviously you haven't got any money, and my advice would be to go take these X-rays and go back to the hospital that did it and tell them, and then get them to put it right. I felt like the worst person in the world for complaining that I was in pain. I really, you start to question your own mind when you think, I know I'm in pain, but everybody else is saying you shouldn't be in pain, so why am I in pain? Perhaps I'm being a baby. Actually, I come out on the 22nd of September on my birthday. That's when I walked out the hospital. It was actually my birthday. And then every year after that I've been in either having an operation or been in plaster. So it's coming on for 7 years now. Well, I come back to the UK just literally. It was meant to be for a long weekend, maybe a week. I didn't want to come back, but I knew that we'd exhausted all the avenues after having the second surgery go wrong and then the third surgery go wrong. We'd run out of people who wanted to help. We'd run out of money, so we couldn't even have consultations with people. But we just couldn't find anyone else that could help me. I didn't want to be there at that time, but I was relieved to think that somebody could help me and hopefully make me pain-free. I had 3 surgeries in Spain altogether. The first one was to take the radial head off and put the artificial radial head in. The second surgery was to take that prosthetic radial head out and put the new one in the right position. Then the third surgery was to take a nerve out of my right ankle and graft it onto the arm where in the second surgery the nerve had been severed. The fourth surgery was in England and he took all the metalwork out. The fifth surgery I had in England was because I have always had severe pain on the inside of my elbow where the anchors had been put in to hold up the ligament. The surgeon thought that they were protruding and rubbing on my ulnar nerve, so he filed them down a little bit, supposedly, and rerouted my ulnar nerve so it wasn't in the way. But it didn't help. I still have the chronic pain there. That obviously wasn't the problem, but he thought it was at the time. The sixth one, anaesthetic put into the joint of the elbow, and the seventh one I've had anaesthetic put into the bone. 5th, 6th, 7th, 8, 9 and 10. I've had nerve blocks done, which have all not helped. If I had my arm back to how it was before the fall, I probably would appreciate it a lot more, and I would just do all the things that I really love to do. and now can't. I mean, my typical day would be, you know, always doing something physical with my hands, whether I'm swimming or whether I'm making something. I took it for granted. I never realised that I would, you know, miss one arm so much. It doesn't stop me completely because I'm so determined to not, you know, just give up everything. I carry on, but unless I wear this brace, which restricts me from opening my joint, I'm in chronic pain again, you know. So I have to wear that, but I still like to try and do some painting, and I like doing my puzzles now. That seems to be a bit of meditation for me. It means I'm doing something that's therapeutic. I think my nicest project was my mosaic tiling. But yeah, no, I do miss things like that. I don't actually think you should put that in about the puzzle. I think the most frustrating things are the real simple things that you should be able to do and I can't. When my friend had a new baby, I just wanted to hold it, but I was like, so, you know, you hold a baby with one hand, you can't do it. And I just hope that, you know, when it comes my time to be a grandparent, that I've, you know, got the ability to hold a baby again. And I would love to be a real hands-on nanny and change nappies and, you know, take them to the park and, you know, push them on a swing and everything. But I think they're the things that I worry about. It's very hard to say how my arm has affected my marriage, but I think the worst thing is I look into Lee's eyes and just see sadness, and I know that I'm the one that's caused that, and he would do anything to make me happy again, but he can't fix me. So that is really tough when you know that someone, you know, desperately wants to help you and they can't, which makes me hide it a lot of the times, but also it makes me try and avoid doing things. It's very hard to say now with you here. It's very hard. I sort of like make up excuses to not be close. I don't really have any close friends anymore. I think that in the early days, obviously before my accident, I had lots of friends. I had lots of people that come out to Spain. We'd go out, you know, out for lovely meals. We'd go out dancing. Sometimes I'd have girls, you know, just the girls come over and we'd go out and party. Sometimes it would be a family, you know. Lots of people have been to visit me and we've had lots of fun. It seems, I think I was just too sad, and people didn't like to be around me when I was that sad, instead of thinking that they can be around me and help, because there's nothing anyone else can do. So gradually people stopped coming over, and, you know, I've fallen out with my family, my brothers. A lot of it is because, you know, I'm sure my part in it is that, you know, I'm irritable and just stressed all the time. And a lot of it is that they think that they can't, I'm not the same person, so they can't do the same things with me. And also, if they can't help me, it becomes a little bit frustrating. And even now, when I, 6 years on, and I do meet up with some of my family, they don't know the depth of it. They don't want to ask. They sort of go, how are you? Or how's Helen? They say to Lee, and they go, oh, no, still the same. And I don't think anyone can really believe that you're still the same. 6 years after? You're still in pain, or you're still having problems. You only broke your arm. And I wanna say to them, I didn't only just break my arm. I had medical negligence, for want of a better phrase, which meant somebody did something to me and they didn't own up to it. They didn't say sorry. They did something really bad that changed my life, and they just completely got away with it. When you have something like that happen to you, I think you do get a little bit bitter and twisted. And even though I don't want to be bitter and twisted, it must come out in me around others, because I don't have close friends now. Obviously my children have seen the insides and outs of me, and it hasn't been easy for them either. And a lot of the times I think that's why they all left home, all decided that they wanted to be elsewhere, because I wasn't necessarily a nice person to be around. I'm grateful today just for still being here, because so many days I've thought either me or Lee would not be here, because I must have drawn him, must have caused him so many problems that he wanted to throw the towel in, whether it be divorce wise or take a load of pills and sleep forever. I have thought about it, just because I think I'm such a burden, and I'm grateful that I am here still, and obviously I've got my marriage and my children, and I won't ever take them for granted. I think me and Lee used to row so much over such stupid little things. Now we don't. We know now that there's far worse things that could happen to you. So I'm grateful to be here. I used to think my mum and my dad were important, and my brothers, but they have not been there since 2006. They haven't really wanted to know. So that's it now. I only have my 3 boys and whoever makes them happy, and me and Papa. That's my world, and my cats.
Someone like you wasn't meant to be defined or confined, or even met eye to eye. Just there to be explored, and then all the while adored. Someone like you, someone like you, someone like you was so beautifully designed, from the hand all the way to the mind. Just there to be explored, adore someone like you, someone